Have you ever watched a movie and had no idea the character on screen was a super famous actor you love and you didn't even know it? This phenomenon might be more common than you know. Can you think of a performance that blew your mind twice? First, the character on screen, and then again when you learned who it was behind the makeup? Let's look at our favorite examples of famous faces in unrecognizable roles. Tom Cruise shows us his funny side in Tropic Thunder. We're used to seeing Tom Cruise play really intense characters. He loves to do his own stunts and take risks, and that is probably how his role in Tropic Thunder came to be. Ben Stiller directed the movie and definitely didn't pull any punches. Cruise and Stiller have a history together. Stiller played a hilarious stunt double of Cruise for the Mission Impossible spoofs on MTV years ago. It's awesome to see them reunited for Tropic Thunder. Cruise had audiences screaming with his portrayal of a foul-mouthed, balding movie executive Les Grossman.
I'd love to play this character, but I want to have fat hands and I'm going to dance.
He's decked out in ridiculous gold necklaces and earrings too. Tropic Thunder is a bonkers story about a film crew that is mistaken for real combat troops while shooting a movie in the jungle. The actors run into real-life drug smugglers and all hell breaks loose. In all the madness, Cruise unleashes wild death threats and insults, flinging them all around. No one is safe when he goes on one of his tirades, and we loved him for it. Robert Downey Jr. also plays an incredible and hilarious character in the film.
Man, I don't drop character till I've done a DVD commentary.
Tropic Thunder was a huge success, and even all these years later, fans are hoping Cruise takes another turn at a wild and hilarious role. Colin Farrell shocked the world as Penguin in The Batman. Be honest, when you saw The Batman, did you actually know that Colin Farrell was the Penguin? Most people in the audience had to do a double take. When the trailer came out months before the release of the film, everyone was in disbelief. The internet went crazy. There's no way that Oswald Cobblepot is Colin Farrell, but as we all know now, it sure was Colin Farrell under all that makeup. Word on the streets of Gotham is that it took upwards of 6 hours every day in the makeup chair to bring the Penguin to life.
And excited, but it took a minute, you know.
And I for one think it was worth it. Farrell's portrayal of Cobblepot brought a great flair to the movie. The Penguin is verbose and obnoxious. He's funny and dangerous. His attitude and demeanor play perfectly off the stoic and brooding Batman. Every time they clash, we forget it's actors at all and we dive into the scenes. And it's totally believable. He's even got a great big city accent, just like we all imagined a gangster like him would have. The role showed us how diverse a talent Colin Farrell can be. Did you know it was him behind the makeup? Leave a comment below and remember to be honest. Let's stay in Gotham for one of the most remarkable performances in modern memory, Heath Ledger as the Joker. Heath Ledger won the Academy Award posthumously for his transcendent performance in The Dark Knight. Ledger pushed the boundaries of what we all expected of him after his early years as a young heartthrob. As he matured, he took on more challenging roles, including his portrayal of the Joker. Critics squinted their eyes when it was first announced that he'd be playing Batman's arch-nemesis.
And you know what? She can't stand the sight of me.
But Ledger's performance immediately silenced any concerns. He transformed into the Agent of Chaos who came to bring destruction upon Gotham. Heath Ledger put his stamp onto the film in a way few villains have ever achieved before him. The Joker felt real, from the way he smacked his lips to his peevish voice, all the way to the horrifying grin carved into his face. No one asked him why so serious. He all loved it.
A little fight in you. I like that.
What do you think so far? Who is your favorite actor to play an unrecognizable character in a movie? Leave a comment. This is one of my favorites, James Spader as Ultron. I hope this isn't cheating. James Spader is famous for his roles in films all throughout the 80s and 90s, so it might have been a surprise to hear that he would voice Ultron, the superpowered sentient AI that planned to destroy all of humanity in the Avengers Age of Ultron.
I'm glad you asked that because I wanted to take this time to explain my evil.
Few actors have the perfect voice to make a robot threatening and empathetic at the same time, but that is exactly what Spader does as Ultron. He asks the big questions, and when the time comes, he doesn't hesitate to act out his plans. Do you have any favorite actors who have played a voice in a movie? They're not always easy to recognize. Leave a comment below. It's a man's world. Not. Tell that to Cate Blanchett as Bob Dylan in I'm Not There. I'm Not There is weird. First off, most people haven't seen it, so this one might be totally new to some of you. 6 actors portray different aspects of Bob Dylan's life and music. Cate Blanchett plays Jude Quinn, who is a version of Dylan's personality from the 60s.
You just want me to say what you want me to say.
Blanchett takes on the challenge of not only playing a man, but one of the most famous men of our lifetime, all while trying to solve the puzzle of evolving as an artist and continuing to maintain the fandom that brought him all he has.
Be comfortable with being looked at
It's very uncomfortable.
Blanchett went all in for this film. Within the first moment she is on screen, we forget it is her and we are immersed into the story. That's the sign of a great actress. He who must not be named, but we will, Ralph Fiennes as Voldemort in the Harry Potter series. Ralph Fiennes' portrayal of the fiendish nemesis of Harry Potter and all that is good is much more than a pasty white face and a missing nose. His approach as Voldemort is chilling.
Harry Potter. And you will lose.
Is a soft-spoken, menacing presence in every scene in which he is on screen. What makes Voldemort so interesting and important in the films is he is spoken of much more than we actually see him. He is the boogeyman lurking in the shadows, hiding behind doors and creeping around in the attic. His name incites fear in everyone who hears it, and that makes Fiennes' performance all that much more satisfying. He brings that sinister quality with him to the screen. When he appears, just like Harry and the gang at Hogwarts, we wish he wasn't there. Next up is a double whammy, Marlon and Sean Wayans in White Chicks. This movie is ridiculous, and that isn't an insult, it's ridiculous. In the movie, the two brothers play FBI agents who go undercover using whiteface.
Hey, Josh! How'd you like to be part of the team?
To solve a crime. I'm not sure if this movie would be made today, but it's pretty funny. What do you think? The movie was nominated for a Razzie, which is an award for the worst movie of the year, but hey, you can't please everybody. But money talks, and White Chicks did pretty well in the box office. The movie is full of and absurd jokes, and it knows exactly what it's doing. You can't take it too seriously, and if you let yourself enjoy it, then you might just laugh until it hurts, either with it or at it. The Nutty Professor. You know who I'm talking about. The master of disguise, Eddie Murphy. The Nutty Professor was groundbreaking at the time of its release. Murphy plays 7 characters in the film, each with their own unique personality. I'm sure Eddie Murphy broke the record for the most time spent in the makeup chair. There's even a scene in the film where all his characters are sitting together at the dining table. I remember laughing so hard I could barely breathe. No wonder he is one of the greatest comedic talents to ever live. The Human Transformer, Christian Bale as Dick Cheney in Vice. There can't be a modern list of actors changing their appearance for a role in a film without Christian Bale. Bale has changed his body so many times that he probably doesn't even remember. I bet if you took pictures of Bale at different points in his career and showed them to him, he wouldn't know who he was looking at. His versatility has been his strength. What's your favorite role he's played? Leave a comment down below. Unlike the other talented actors we've mentioned, Christian Bale doesn't typically spend his time in makeup chairs, but rather he does it all physically. Mind over matter, I guess. To play a schizophrenic in The Machinist, Bale lost nearly 65 pounds, and immediately after that, he went and packed on 100 pounds, including all the muscle mass, to play Batman. And then came Vice President Cheney. It's scary how much he looks like him in the film. When asked how he blimped up to play the scratchy-voiced ex-vice president, Bale said he ate a lot of pies.
I'm the CEO.
I was blown away by his performance. He nailed it. So, in my opinion, he earned all those pies. What do you guys think? Did we miss anybody? That's only some of the amazing and unrecognizable performances by some of our most talented actors. There's a bunch of other great performances I can think of right now that aren't mentioned. Let's keep the conversation going. Leave a comment below and tell us about what's on your mind. Looking forward to hearing from you. Until next time.